Oggi siamo a Barcellona, nel porto.
Today we're in Barcelona in the marina. This is where the test centre of D. Antonio Yachts shipyard is located, and where their boats can be tested all year round.
Hola Sandra.
Hola Maurizio, bienvenido.
Gracias.
¿Andiamo?
Vamos.
Vamos.
Che accoglienza. Sì, però...
What a warm welcome, but now it's time to try the boat.
Questa è l'ammiraglia della
This is the flagship of the D. Antonio range, the D50 Open.
Questo yacht ha parecchi segreti. Per esempio, potreste vederlo...
This yacht hides several secrets. For example, you might see it running very fast in the open sea and ask yourself, by which engines is it powered? Like all D. Antonios, it uses outboards. But which ones and how many engines are there? Shall we peek?
Due Mercury V12 da 600...
Two 600 horsepower Mercury V12s, but there could also be 3 or 4 engines up to a maximum of 1,800 horsepower.
Anche a prua c'è qualcosa di speciale al posto di...
This is also something special in the bow. Instead of these sun pads, you could fill a jacuzzi tub with water
e godervi un momento di relax
and
indimenticabile.
enjoy an unforgettable moment under the sun, yet keeping cool.
Questo spazio sarebbe in realtà perfetto anche per lasciare...
This space would also be perfect for letting the kids splash around while you enjoy a cocktail. These two features are very distinctive, don't you think? But there is also much else. The unique style made of clean lines, contemporary minimalisation which people love, and functional shapes that make the most of the sun deck area, also thanks to solutions already used on other D. Antonios, such as, for example, the modular furniture of the living area. The sides are high to make you feel comfortable and not to take away the pleasure of the view. They can be lowered in parallel with the living room without sacrificing safety and style. And if you want to get off the boat more comfortably, here you go. The handrails are also in the aft area to lead you to the swimming platform, which is an optional and can go down to the surface level. The wide aft sun deck makes the most of the overall size of this nearly 15-footer by extending over the outboards. Between the sun pads, we can find the cup holders, and the headrests help us dream about summertime. The length of this piece of furniture allows you to appreciate it properly, and also spend time with friends preparing snacks in the shade of the T-top. The method by which the hull and the deck are assembled allows to obtain all this internal width. So in the pilot station, there are 4 seats that are comfortable and sheltered by a high windshield. Have you tried to count how many people could easily lie down on this D50 Open at the same time? What I mean is that you can throw a party on board with many guests, and each of them will find space to relax and chat. Basically, be at ease on board. Let's unveil more secrets. Here's a vertical garage tender for minimum bulk and an easy-to-inspect technical room. Those who buy a 50-footer could also choose a flying bridge, yet it won't have the stability, the navigation skills and the speed of an open like this. However, it will have more space and it will be more protected from the bad weather. That's why the shipyard also thought of the D50 Coupe version, with a completely closed cockpit and a T-top extended up to the stern for those not-so-warm locations. However, the D'Antonio D50 Open is not just an open yacht. The whole range of this shipyard has been conceived to allow to use this boat for longer periods of time, even staying overnight on board. And this 50-footer, they've done an even better job by giving you the possibility to choose among 7 different layouts for below deck. Competitors of this open yacht usually have 2 cabins, but here you can have up to 3, with 3 bathrooms. If one of these is set up as a cabin for the sailor, it is equipped with an ensuite bathroom.
Ovviamente al crescere del numero di locali cambia.
Obviously, as the number of rooms increases, their size changes, but not that of the owner's cabin. There is also a beautiful harmony of colours between the floor coverings, the upholstery, and the warm colour of this wood. There is plenty of storage spaces in the cabins and in the hallway, which are also spacious. The wood has a beautiful grain, and certain panels are worked as if they have been carved. The same type of wood is also used for outlines and frames.
Ecco un altro segreto del
Let me tell you another secret about the D'Antonio D50. The vertical bulwarks offer more space below deck, and the peculiar construction method eliminates the spaces between the external and internal bulwarks.
Ora, se fossimo in un'abitazione, qualche
Now, if we were in a house, a few centimetres wouldn't change the habitability, but on a boat, every centimetre makes a difference, and this is the result. The stern room is the most convertible. It could be a large living room that converts into a double bed, or a real double cabin, so large that it could also be chosen as the master cabin. But thanks to its width, it could also be divided into 2 cabins.
A centrobarca il disimpegno è
Amidship, the hallway is so large that in addition to this bathroom, you can gain another one in this position.
Saranno forse quei 24 cilindri là
Although I'm
dietro,
still
i
moving
due
slowly,
V12
I feel like
Mercury
I'm on a
da
fast and
600
sporty boat.
oppure questa
Maybe it's thanks to
postazione
those
di
24
pilotaggio
cylinders back
molto
there.
aggressiva,
Or it
ma
may
io
be
mi
the
sento
2
su una
600
barca
horsepower
veloce
Mercury
e sportiva,
V12s,
anche
or
se
perhaps
sono
even this
ancora
very
a
aggressive
lento
cockpit.
moto. Procedura di partenza. Un po' di gas, i flap tutti giù.
Starting procedure, a little gas, the flaps all down to raise the stern a little and facilitate planing,
Che però è
which, by the way, is immediate. Obviously so because of all this thrust.
Ok, ci siamo.
Okay, here we go. We're out of the water at 13.5 knots.
Si è alzato il vento e il mare. E le acque qui
The
davanti.
wind has risen and the waters here in front of Barcelona are a bit rough. It's also a bit chilly.
Guardate l'assetto di questo.
Check out the trim of this boat. It keeps all of its hull immersed from bow to stern. And this way it suffers less the effect of the pitch caused by the waves. It's incredible.
È incredibile l'accelerazione.
The acceleration is incredible. Maybe it's thanks to these engines, but perhaps it would be the same with more outboards, but with the same overall power.
22 nodi.
We're at 22 knots. Here the flaps are no longer needed.
La carena ha 2 step.
The hull has 2 steps, but at this pace they're not yet effective. Let's give it more gas.
Là davanti la prua ha la capacità.
Up there the bow can deflect the wake and move the splashes out of the way.
Questo è importante perché con queste fiancate.
This is important because with these vertical sides we must prevent the wake from rising the bulwarks.
E in effetti questo non avviene. E poi mandando.
In fact, this doesn't happen. Plus, they push the water away. Even in windy conditions, we can stay perfectly dry because the splashes don't reach the deck. Well done.
28 nodi. Stiamo consumando circa.
At 28 knots, we're consuming around 7 litres per mile.
Però in questo momento sono.
But now I'm navigating upstream and upwind. Let's give it some trim.
Ah, sì, sì.
Ah, yes, that's better. And without accelerating, it's already gained a couple of knots.
Senza accelerare ha preso già un paio di nodi. Siamo
We're at 30 knots, the consumption has dropped. We're at 6.6 litres per mile.
6,6 litri per miglio.
It stretches out on the water magnificently.
Quanto è
It is very fast when veering.
Mamma mia, come...
Oh goodness, it's unbelievable.
Wow! Dai, non
How the
credo.
beam tightens.
Molti altri open di questa misura con questa...
Many other open yachts of this size with the motorization don't exceed 36 knots,
Noi invece in questo momento siamo soltanto...
but we're currently only at 5,100 RPM.
Beh, possiamo andare ancora
We
molto...
can still go much faster.
È leggera sull'acqua. Sembra che...
It is light on the water, and it seems that the steps are doing their job. We're at 40 knots.
Aiutiamo,
Let's help it a little more.
aiutiamo questo
Let's
scavo
help this boat and the engines by raising the trim.
Lo porto su 30%.
I'm bringing it up at 30%, 40%. Yes, that's how I like it.
Una barca così grande, con 3 cabine se volete, altrimenti 2 come in questo caso.
Such a large boat with 3 cabins if you like, otherwise 2, as in this case with a jacuzzi up front and a speed. Well, the speed is 46 knots, 46.5 knots.
Ogni volta che provo un De Antonio rimango sorpreso.
Every time I test a D'Antonio yacht, I am amazed at the ability of this shipyard to develop its products. Okay, every company does that, it's true, but for them it seems to be a fundamental goal.
E non mi riferisco solo
I'm not just talking about the style or the setup, but I'm also talking about the performance of the hull. And believe me, this is not a common thing.